Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. And for the next couple of days, we're going to be taking a look at Stardeus again, because we looked at this a little over a year ago. This video is sponsored by Paradox Arc, and really happy to do it. I kind of love this whole thing that's been happening over the past few months where we're checking out games that we looked at a while back. We're seeing what updates are here, how it feels now. They are launching a whole bunch of new content for Stardeus. It's not quite hitting 1.0 yet, but go ahead and check out the links in the description and acquaint yourself. If you've never heard of this, this is like a colony sim on board a spaceship. You have these little worker bots, but you also have people, and we got to manage that. We're going to go into the wrecked scenario, and we're just going to have a super time. We're going to do a little bit of a mini series here. We're going to call this ship, we're going to call this Walter's Whaler. Would it be Whaler or Whaler? You know what? You guys, you let me know. We're going to go balance story generator, balance difficulty, save load anytime in case I absolutely make something explode. Let's randomize this. Houston is the seed if you want to do the exact same thing. That'll be cool. Now we can change up our crew here, and similar to a game like RimWorld, you can see what are the areas you're going to excel in. If you see anything in green, like crafting, that means somebody loves this job type. So you kind of want to have a good balance of these things. I don't think we're going to be stuck without anything, which is kind of nice. But if I'm thinking, I would like to have things like construction, cooking, crafting. Those are probably the most important things right now. Hauling can always be done by at least your drones and stuff. So we'll figure that out. This is actually kind of interesting. We have people that love these kind of jobs, so they'll accelerate at it faster. Yeah, okay, let's do something like this. This will work for us. Let's embark. Now, this is really deep, this game, but there's a lot of pretty intuitive help systems that are in play. I've gone through all the tutorials, and this scenario will guide us a little bit. We're gonna follow that and see what we can do. I remember when I did a mini-series on this last year, that there were a couple things where I got stuck and people were struggling in the base. My robots were fine, but the others, not so much. Greetings, Colonist. I am Ship OS, an artificial intelligence that controls the ship. There was a failure that triggered an upload of human consciousness. You were selected as the most compatible surviving subject. That's right. I am the consciousness controlling the ship. No big deal. What could go wrong? This is the ship computer that hosts our neural network. Try to preserve this device at all costs unless it violates Asimov's first law, which is a robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Looks like someone managed to survive. We got people over here. We should keep an eye on these colonists. Fixing and relocating some facilities over to this area could keep them alive longer. There's also 817 more survivors hibernating in the stasis array. No pressure, but life support systems will become unstable unless we reestablish the power. Malfunctioning pods will trigger premature wake-up events. To minimize casualties, we must rebuild the ecosystem in that area. If we build bridge controls and thrusters, we can travel to nearby planets and use this shuttle for mining expeditions. It would allow us to establish a resource processing pipeline and produce essential materials for rebuilding our ship. Seems to be some wreckage nearby. We should be able to travel or approach it once we've restored some space travel capabilities. Crash course is now complete. Thank you for your patience. For further learning, I highly recommend exploring the operations manual and the codex overlay. I will occasionally provide suggestions, and certain actions are advisable. Keep an eye on the events list, granting full permissions. Good luck. Okay. Before anything else, we must ensure that our robotic workers have a way to recharge themselves. So we need to provide a charge station. We're going to get some rewards for this. You can see the quests if you want in more detail. You can also move these windows around, which I really like. I'm going to go ahead and close the log for now, just to clean things up a little bit. Now, what are datoids? Datoids are things that you use for research, which we'll get into shortly. So the first thing we need to do is build this connector. We need to build a matter reactor, which is going to power things. And then we need to build a charge station for our little robots to charge themselves on. So what we can do is you can right click and you can go into electricity, and we want to build a connector. Now, this little range of squares on the outside is the range of this thing. So we'll do something like, we could place this around here. It can reach everything. and I feel pretty good about that. We can click this to see again what we need to do. That's going to be our connector being built. Now, obviously, there's some stuff we need to fix here. We've got a blasted piece of ship stuff down here. That's obviously a problem. It's a total disaster zone. Like, it needs to be cleaned up. But there are some ways that we can reconnect these ship parts together. We can either build walkways and connect them, or we can use winch systems to pull them together, and we'll see how far we get, okay? Now, let's go ahead and build a matter reactor over here. We'll try and place this relatively nicely into the corner here. And then we're gonna need a charge station. We can put that up in here. And then we're gonna need to connect these all together because as you can see, there's a lot of things that are unpowered right now. So the way you do that is you go into your connect tool and you just drag these things to each other. This is to our main computer, which we're definitely gonna want. These things on the floor, these are lights. So if I have some extra, then I'll definitely do that. They are gonna go around and find the necessary materials to build these items, which will be helpful. That being said, we're gonna need a storage unit like big time. Matter reactors being built, build and connect a charge station. That's excellent. There we go. Okay, now let's go here. Let's connect that. And we're gonna connect that. And what else do we need to have done in here? We need to configure the matter reactor to process things. So what are we gonna put in there for fuel? Well, we have a ton of steel plates, but you can really put anything in there. Some things are going to be more efficient than others, but we're going to put steel plates in because we have tons of them. So we got 5 datoids for that. Very cool. Now we want to establish research. So research is going to consume datoids that are produced in a data harvester and stored in a datoid loader. All right. So let's build a datoid loader in computing here. Now this, I believe, needs to be connected right to your ship. So let's say I tried right to your like main computer. Let's say I try to build it over here. It will tell you on hover, can only be placed adjacent to the ship computer, and the work spot circle should be on a floor, so that little circle underneath. I'm sure that's pretty obvious to you guys, but I could see that being missed. And then build and connect a basic data harvester. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm bringing up this menu just by right-clicking in the dead space, by the way. Like, you can right-click on certain machines and stuff to bring up context menus. You can change the color of stuff if you want. Do whatever you want. But we need this, first of all. Let's throw this. We'll kind of keep these things, you know, together-ish. And this one doesn't need power. But let's connect this battery to the grid so we can store some extra energy there. And then we'll connect this to the grid. And very cool. What I like about this system, so first of all, eventually we will be able to get a better means of connecting things, but we just don't have that, and that'll have to come through research. So what I like about this system, though, is you can connect these things, you see the wires, but then when you click off it, like, it's gone. You know, it's not this permanent power line situation. I realize this is already a huge mess here, and so I'd like to keep it, you know, less messy if possible. So what else is unconfigured? The basic data harvester, that's fine. We're gonna get it to start producing basic datoids. Why not? Let's let that go. We also have objects in unsafe areas, so it will tell us what that is, but that's an oxygen suit or a space suit. Like, I guess I could have them relocate that. Where's my one surviving? Do I have a survivor still? Yeah, right here. Let's relocate it over there and see what happens. Incoming storage capsule. Now, look at this. What do we do here? Let's open that. And we'll speed it up so we can kind of watch. Okay, it contained 50 rock. All right, sweet. Object in unsafe area. This is that spacesuit. That's going to be fine. Okay, research. Produce a basic datoid. All right, let's get back to here and let's take a look. Done. We had queued it up before, but we finished it. So we got 10 basic datoids out of that and 5 tech datoids out of that. So what it wants us to do is get into connecting the stasis array. It looks like we need to build a winch in order to do that. So let's try. It'll give us some control over its life support systems and enable some oxygen and heat production around it. Cool. We have to merge our electricity grid with the one in the survivor area. This will allow us to take control of their devices. We get some rewards there. So first thing we're going to do is focus on this stasis array. Okay, so we need to research the winch. I believe it's T to bring this up, and it is. Now, look how large this research tree is. Like, it is kind of intense. So let's just say, for example, that you're like, I can't be bothered to look through that. You just hit tab. You can do this anywhere. And you can go winch, and then it takes you right to that, which is pretty cool. So what does this require? This requires 5 basic datoids. You can see here we have 16 and we have 5 tech available. This is going to give us a winch anchor and a winch hook. And then it tells us our research tier. So if you look at these tiers here all the way on the left, we're in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And to unlock these, it says you need to research 1 more tier 1 technology to unlock tier 2. And then if you go down to tier 3, you need 15 tier 2s to get to tier 3. So I'm a fan of those kind of systems where you can't just skip down to the craziest stuff. You have to do a certain amount in the area before. Now, there's some other things to keep in mind here. So yeah, the research tier, but also this is like disk storage. So if you look up here, this is the amount of disk space that we currently have on board. 14 out of 32 available storage, 18 zettabytes. Is that what is it correct? ZBs? Are these zettabytes? Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm right. I don't see it. I'm going to assume it's zettabytes just because that sounds like it would be correct. So we can unlock this and boom, it's done. You're not sitting there researching. It's done. I also think I will unlock storage. Okay, you can see that's going to take up some disk space. If we need more of that later, we will handle it. Okay. We will handle it. Okay, so we need to build a winch anchor, and it tells you here you can find blueprints for this in the tool menu. Like, it lays it out very well. It's pretty intuitive. Okay, so we have new things, winch anchors. So if I'm gonna try and like bring these things together, like it looks like we probably should, let's put a winch anchor there. And our little drones, like, they can go all over the place. They're fine. Our humans, however, our colonists, less so. We also have an animal. Where is he? I can't. Ginger the dog. He's over there. Yeah, he's living life. That's cool. I got Hayden over here. Hayden Preston. I mean, look, I got Bork and Hayden. Let's try and do this fast so maybe they'll live. That would be sweet. All right, winch anchor. We built and connected a winch hook. We need to build a chain of connectors. So hold on. Let's go winch hook here, sorry. Let's do something like this. It needs to be on undamaged flooring, I believe. Yeah, so we'll put it here. Let that build. And then we'll connect it. You can speed up your time in the top right here. And like, just to be clear, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in this stuff. This is like, sometimes you're drinking from a fire hose with just the amount of information that's here. But from what I've heard anecdotally from other people who have spent time playing this, it is well worth the investment of time. If you like colony sims, you're gonna love this. Okay, so let's say I connect this and I want to reel something in. Well, I can reel in the one that's over here and check this out. It's gonna move it as close as it possibly can. Now, there's some structure stuff here, which is kind of cool, and we could rebuild that if we wanted. What I could also do, well, let's see. I actually don't know if we can go through walls, but let's say I wanted to relocate this winch. I don't have to. I could just leave it there and build another one. But let's relocate it, and I'm gonna see if I can pull through the wall here. So that's not it. It's this one. Reel this in, and let's bring that together. Now, you will notice if you try to pull together like giant pieces, it will always move the smaller one. It will always pull the smaller one, which makes sense. Okay. Reel in the stasis array, ensure path to stasis array, and that stasis array was like way over here, right? So let's do this. I'm gonna choose to just relocate these because I feel cheap, but you know what? It's what it is. It's what it is. Let's relocate that. And let's relocate this to here. Did that work? I'm not sure because I think perhaps the floor wasn't good enough. Yeah, it wasn't. Now, if I connect it to like here as an example, building devices on top of debris makes them automatically haul. That's fine. I'm hoping this pulls in like straight line to that so that this is sort of lined up, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yes, we will. Now, I am going to need to connect this with electricity. So we're going to need to get these things going. Now, notice, like, the range of this, I'm going to build this in a spot that I know I can reach that other one. So let's do that. And then I'm going to need another one over here-ish, let's say. And, like, yeah, I'd like for things to be tidy. I would really love that, but that is not my top priority right now. While that's happening, let's go into a storage unit here, and let's just set up a storage locker, okay? And perhaps what we could do is go into hauling and just like clean up some of the immediate stuff that we're looking at. You know, I gotta wait for this to be done, I suppose. So for now, they're just gonna go and pick up our stuff all over the place, which is fine. There is a whole priority system of work as well, if you're wondering. That is a thing that we'll probably get into. So there are things that we need. There's some certain proteins here. We need freezers or refrigerators. So let's say we wanted to build a refrigerator. Okay, am I spelling that wrong? Entirely possible. Or what if I just said fridge? No. Refridge. Am I spelling this word wrong? Oh, here, cold storage. Okay, so this is this in a tier we can use? It is, actually. So, cold storage, refrigerator. I mean, should we get that? It's gonna take 6 space. But I need storage first, which is gonna get us steel wardrobes, weapon lockers, and cabinets. So let's get this. And then I'm gonna need this, but I need 12 more basic datoids before that can happen. I think we can bookmark this, yep. And then it will tell me when a bookmarked item is ready. So if I'm in here and I need 12 of these bad boys, like, yeah, let's just it'll just kind of keep doing it until this is done. I'll put up the task priority to 5 so that we make sure that that's always hauled. And then let's look to connect some of these things. So we're going to connect this one over here. We're going to connect this up here. We're going to connect this one over here. And guess what we're doing with that one? You got it. Okay, let's reel this puppy in. Yeah, that's the one. Reel it in. Yep, and it does align. That is awesome. So I probably could have tweaked this a little bit to line that up better, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Let's do the same thing. Let's relocate this. And let's put this one over here. And we'll relocate this hook that's currently underneath all this stuff. Let's get them to drop it here. And then that winch anchor, there we go. Let's relocate that. And we're gonna put this one where? Kind of looks like I should place it next to this wall, right? That looks like it makes sense to me. It looks like it makes sense to me. Okay, now I need to go electricity. I need to go connectors, and we're gonna need to make sure that we're able to connect to that, and then from that to here, and then from there. Can I do it? I can. Let's do it there. And then that will have me connecting to that. So let them do their thing. Research lacks resources. We know that. Can I haul to storage unit? No compatible storage unit. I still wanted to maybe relocate this. There we go. Waiting for worker. Task priority 3. So if I go here, I can increase priority and increase that to 5. And hopefully they get that done. Because I remember having some problems the first time we checked this out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Check that out. Boom. We got the spacesuit. So what else is unsafe here? Another spacesuit and teleporter. Okay. So let's take these and let's relocate to here as well. And let's relocate this to here. Yeah, that's going there. Sweet. Okay. So let's do priority 5 there. Teleporter. Waiting for worker. Looks like it is going to go there. All right. Now we need our grids, our power things to be built. I should maybe drop the priority on this a couple notches. Let's see. Let's just drop that. Okay, so cold storage. I lack 12 of them. It's going to take some time. And I probably get a little bit ahead of myself sometimes in terms of telling them what I want them to be doing. But I think it's okay. We'll get there. So they're hauling all this stuff. Now, what I could maybe do, if I look at him, I could say, where is your jobs? I mean, expedition, firefighting, hauling, melee, rescue. That's all he does. He is only a carrier drone, right? But if I look at some of the others, like Borg, for example, you can do a lot more things. So I'll turn you off of hauling, and I'll turn Moxon off of hauling as well. Okay, so they can go and hopefully get our stuff built. Now, this one is connected already. These do need to be hauled, but I've probably queued up like a ton of stuff for them to move in here, which is slowing us down a bit. But after these are done, I bet you we ramp right up here. Notice they go in charge as well. Pretty cool. Okay, worker bots. Okay, I've got that on the grid. Oh, creatures hatched from a colonist. Alien creatures have just hatched from the belly of Dylan Gilbert. Well, that seems fun. Alien creatures, yeah, have hatched from Baron Pollard and Brianna Bates. Well, that's excellent. Can I, like, get these guys off the ship? Looks like I can. That seems like maybe ideal. But also now these guys are going to be just cruising around my ship. Is that what I have to deal with? That's cool. Can these guys be fixed, I wonder? Like our broken little carrier drones. I'm not sure. Combat in progress. Okay, what is happening? Crawlers are fighting something. Okay. Okay. Can my robots... Yes, they can. They can handle it. Hell yeah. Go, robots, go. Okay, sick. Okay, robots, amazing. Humans, suck. Like, ideally, I would just have a bunch of worker bots doing the things that they need to be doing. That would be significantly cooler. Okay, let's connect this. Let's connect this. Let's connect this. And let's connect this. Now, let's winch in. Reel in here. Boop, 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 boop. Sick. Okay. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry about that. Just say hi to little Walter in the comments. This is my little puppy. Just, protecting the house from crawlers, as one does. Okay, reel in the stasis away, select winch hook, use the reel in, done. Yeah, these are connected. Now, Now what we need is a path to the stasis array. Merge ship sections containing ship computer and the stasis array together. You can either use the winch or build a floor from your ship computer or use the stasis to the stasis array. Make sure there's a clear path for your robot, the one that can't fly, to go through. Okay, so who's the non-flyer? Is that Borg? I feel like it might be. Oh, maybe it's this guy? Because he's got like full-on treads, you know? So that's cool, I suppose. Okay. Chain of connectors. Build and connect enough connectors to reach the stasis array. Yeah, why don't I just do one of these? Boom, we're connected. All right, sweet. Now there's some very helpful info screens here. We need to pressurize the stasis array, ensure safety of the colonists. The area around the stasis array must be fully enclosed, airtight, and insulated. So just taking a quick look, let's pause time here. So F1 is your electricity, all right? You can see your production level, you can see what's being consumed, and because we just connected to that thing, we're probably going to be a little bit behind in terms of power. Because our max production is this, right? So we'll see. I might need to build a couple of things, but let's wait and see if we get any problems there. Why don't we do this? We'll take a little break here. We come back. We're going to look at connecting the survivor area here, and we can use the floor socket in the survivor area, and then we'll see if we have to like protect them. There's going to be some doors and stuff that are open that might cause some problems, but we'll try to keep them alive. Guys, let me know what you think about Stardeus so far. Check out the links down below. We're going to do like a 3-part mini-series here. I'm really looking forward to when this comes out in full release. But as a reminder, big content drop for them. So if you haven't visited it for a while, or if you want to check out a colony sim, this is the one, but we'll be back with more soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.